Hello and good Wednesday morning, everybody. It is May the 7th, and I'm Chris Allen here with your 270 weather. It's weather for the 270 area code and beyond. So if you're watching me this morning, good morning, and thanks for tuning in. Yeah, you can tell clouds are back with us. Even the radar is well, it's got some stuff on it, but not everything you're seeing back there on the radar is hitting the ground this morning. It's one of those situations where we've got the radar beam going up and seeing some moisture, but then by the time it reaches the ground, it evaporates because it's still pretty dry. So we're going to have one of those situations today where you might see some raindrops, and then again, most of you will probably not get any rain today. So here is the live view from the Plano Cam and just outside of the city limits of Bowling Green, Kentucky. This is what it looks like. A cloudy sky this morning, no raindrops here. Everything is pretty quiet. But we're not going to see the kind of day that we saw yesterday. It was nice to see the sun come out and be with us all day for an entire day. That was wonderful. But today it is going to look like pretty much like this: cloudy with maybe a couple of raindrops here and there, but nothing that is going to be like downpours and storms and things like that. Pardon me. I got all choked up talking about it this morning. Okay, yeah, it's that time of the day, that time of the morning, and I've only had one cup of coffee, so should have had my two cups before I did this. But anyway, so here we go, reviewing the numbers from yesterday. A high of 73. Now that's back to where we really should be, as you see for this time of the year. Only 3 degrees shy of the normal of 76. Okay, I apologize again, but I muted the mic that time. I hit the cough button, we call it. Yeah, years and years in radio, we always had a cough button. Usually it's the mute button. So, yeah. Anyway, so we were close to the normal of 76, a low of 45. No rainfall yesterday, as it was just an absolutely gorgeous day. Here we're looking at radar, and yeah, we've got a little bit of rain that is trying to work into the area. A lot of this, though, isn't even reaching the ground. Now, where you're seeing maybe some of the darker green or maybe some of the yellow that shows up from time to time, yeah, but even then, it's mostly very light rain, sprinkles even. That's pretty much what you're going to see. Even though it looks like there's a lot going on there, there is just not that much. Things are pretty dry here at the surface. So, even though it looks like it wants to rain, it's not really raining all that much yet. So, if you're still like if you just didn't do any yard work yesterday, didn't mow the lawn or whatever, and you're like, maybe I can put it off until tomorrow or part of Wednesday. I mean, you'll still be able to get out there and take care of the lawn if you want to, if you want to, and it's you should be okay. Here's a look at the high resolution satellite. You can see the thicker clouds back there where you saw the rain. That's where from Bowling Green all the way to Hopkinsville, the thickest clouds, and then you see some breaks in the clouds back to the west. Later on, after we get through this morning's little minor episode, if you will, we may see some sun at times breaking through the clouds later, but it's not a guarantee. It's not going to be anything like full sunshine like it was yesterday. It is going to be one of those things or times when we see a mix of precipitation and sun throughout the day. Let's go to the Kentucky Mesonet map and numbers and all of that. So here's a look at precipitation if you're curious, as I am, as to is anybody getting any rain back there? Well, there's a little bit back into Trigg County, Cadiz, Kentucky, right there along Interstate 24, 200ths. That's just really a few drops in the bucket. Same thing for Hopkinsville in Christian County. And then Todd County, Elkton has picked up 1/100th of an inch of rain just this morning. But again, that's where you saw the darker green and maybe some of the yellows showing up on radar. It's just, there's just not a whole lot going on. Let me turn the radar on, and there you see. So you can see that over Russellville, Logan County, now they've picked up 1/100th of an inch of rain. So some of this where you see the darker green and the yellows, that's where the rain is actually reaching ground. Some of this lighter green, in fact, most of it is either just a sprinkle or two, a drop or two on your windshield, and then the rest of it just gets evaporated. Now let's check the dew point because that'll tell us. Okay, so we've got this is the amount of moisture in the air or the temperature that is at full saturation of moisture or when the air mass is fully saturated. And you see low to mid 50s. Okay, let's remember that because now we're going to go to the temperature and we're going to see how close those numbers are. So we see 52, 54, 53. Yeah. Okay, so they're pretty close. Here there's a bit of a spread, maybe by 3 or 4 degrees. You've got upper 50s to near 60, closer to the mid 50s here in the Bowling Green area, and lower 50s out to the east. So yeah, I mean it's close enough. You're talking about 88 to 92, maybe 93% relative humidity. So that's close enough. Yeah, there could be a little bit of something hitting the ground as far as light rain, sprinkles. Winds looking kind of light and variable. You got an easterly wind to the east, a little bit more of a southeasterly wind to the west, and then a north wind here over Bowling Green. It's just kind of, as you see, the arrows are all over the place. We call that light and variable at the moment. Winds will be primarily today, by the way, out of the east, but very light. All right, let's go to the maps, and I'll show you exactly what's going to take place. Here we are for the here and now, and you can see that it's primarily here's Bowling Green, where you see the hand, and then back west of Bowling Green, that's where you saw on the radar some of that light rain. So high pressure moves away. That's going to allow this next system to start to infiltrate the area. But the good news is, as I've been saying, that this system is not going to go directly over us. This time it's going to go south and west, and therefore we're just going to be on the northern fringes of some of the heaviest moisture. The heaviest stuff and the stormiest stuff is going to stay well to our south like it did yesterday. So here's 1 o'clock this afternoon, still a chance of a light rain shower. That will continue into tonight. Incoming cold front to the north. There's a warm front to the south. The two of these are going to meet up as we get into Thursday, especially. And here you go. You can see there's the low pressure system and the warm front, an extended trough or disturbance, elongated and pushing through parts of Kentucky and the 270. And then you see back to the west another piece of energy. All these little uh, spokes in the wheel rotate counterclockwise around the low pressure system. Notice the fog. I mean, they're really looking at a foggy start to Thursday back there in West Tennessee. Dense fog, it looks like. When you go up here and you look at some of this blocky looking pixelated stuff that is yellow, that's patchy fog, but when it's just inundated and covering all the counties there, that's a pretty thick fog sitting around that low pressure system. We'll get maybe some more light rain tonight and early tomorrow, and then maybe even some areas of patchy fog. But look, even the rain is kind of patchy to start. Front to the north, this is where the uh, cold front to the north and the warm front to the south are going to kind of meet together and stall out this system over the coming days. So this is tomorrow morning. Here's tomorrow evening. Still some light rain, maybe a little better coverage of rain as we get into the afternoon and evening, and even maybe a little bit of instability to cause a thunderstorm or two. Here's 7 a.m. Friday morning. We see a little bit of shower activity. Same for Saturday, but I think a lot of this on the Friday afternoon and into Saturday will be tampered down a bit because we have the movement of the low a little bit further south, and we'll be just right there on that northern fringe. But as we go into Sunday, this is Mother's Day morning, still a chance of a shower. I don't think it's going to wash out Mother's Day, though. Monday, though, here we go. A little better. Excuse me. Ugh. Little better rain chances. In fact, rain, good coverage of rain, and even a few thunderstorms. The chances go up to 60% on Monday. And then as we go into Tuesday, more rain and thunderstorms likely. And that will continue, it looks like, even into Wednesday next week. So we still have some pretty good rain chances. We're not out of the woods as far as rain yet. We just had a nice little break yesterday, and um, we may get a break on part of Friday and Saturday. Here is the model blender. Check it out. 70s, low 70s today, about where we were yesterday. Mid 70s for Thursday. Then we go back to the low 70s or around 70 for Friday and Saturday. Sunday and onward, we go mid to upper 70s for the beginning of next week. And then look at those 80s, and not just 80s, but mid to upper 80s. Not this Friday, but the next Friday. So you're looking at a 10-day stretch here. That's going to feel like summer. I mean, it's May, so it should start feeling like this, more like 80s, and it will. By the way, right here is Mother's Day with that small chance of showers, about 75, 76. Not bad. Not bad. So I would say if you're planning something maybe to celebrate Mother's Day outdoors, I know most people go to a restaurant, something indoors, but if you're planning something outdoors, like a cookout, or maybe you want to go to the lake or something like that, I think you should be fine on Sunday. You just need to factor in that possibility that you could get rained on or maybe even a thunderstorm on Sunday. So here is the 7-day forecast as I put up last night at News 40 and on the News 40 weather app and at WNKY.com. 73 today with a shower chance, light showers. Most of you will get by without much of anything. Then 75 tomorrow, little better chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Friday, a break somewhat. We may have to add in just a small chance of an isolated shower Friday. Then we go 72 Saturday, and this is going to be just a small chance again. Here's Mother's Day Sunday and 76. Again, the rain chance is not all that high, but the best rain chances will come Monday and Tuesday as we see highs in the upper 70s to around 80. All right. There you go for this Wednesday with your 270 weather. Don't forget you can download the News 40 weather app right there, right there, right there, where you see the QR code. Just hold your phone up to it, and whether you have an Android phone or whether you have an iPhone, or even an iPad or a Galaxy Pad, if you're a Samsung customer, Android, you can scan that with the camera on your device, and it will see that code, and it will send you a link where you can download the News 40 weather app. Then you have weather anytime. I think that's the most I've coughed during one of these. I'm sorry, it's just like dry air just hits me in my throat as I'm talking, and it just, ugh, I hate when that happens. Oh, anyway, so you know what I'm trying to say. Here, we're going to wrap things up, which is good. So I can go get that second cup of coffee and I can maybe clear this up. Anyway, you guys have a great Wednesday. Thank you as always for watching, and God bless.